Hi everyone, it's Dee here. I wanted to put together a video for you to talk about a new cloud mining company that I've been looking at. So this is called Hashflare. Now what basically Bitcoin cloud mining is when you have really big high-tech computers that create more Bitcoin. So they look kind of like this. So they need to be in places that are quite cool. There's usually lots of computers and they use a lot of electricity. Now for you to do it individually, some people do it individually. For me it's not ideal. One, because we're in Australia and it's really hot. A lot of the cloud mining facilities are over in Iceland, and in Australia the electricity is really expensive. So hence why I use a cloud mining company to be able to mine some Bitcoin. So with Hashflare, basically what you're doing is you're renting some cloud mining space. So I choose the SHA-256 cloud mining, which is Bitcoin mining. So the minimum hash rate is 10 gigahash. There's a maintenance fee of 0.3 of a cent per 10 gigahash. And you're automatically paid out in Bitcoin. There is limited stock. So the other mining companies or cloud mining companies that are out there actually have no stock. Like Genesis Mining and stuff, as soon as they come on board, because they're unlimited cloud mining, so their contracts are unlimited, whereas Hashflare, their contracts are 1 year. So they are costing $2.20 US dollars per 10 gigahash. What I wanted to talk to you a little bit about is Hashflare have been around for about since 2014. So if you go to Whois, you can see that they registered the website on the 15th of the 12th, 2014, and they've just renewed it through this month, and it's now going to expire on 15th of the 12th, 2018. So they redid a 1 year renewal, which is great. Now the other thing that you want to have a look at, their parent company is called Hashcoins. Okay, so basically Hashcoins have a lot of different blockchain and mining equipment, but if you go more about their mining equipment, actually that's not really where I want to head, but let's see what it takes us to. So we want to go to investments. And you can see here that they have cloud mining. Now, if you go in to read more about cloud mining, these guys have also been around since 2014, and they're the parent company to Hashflare.io, which is Hashflare. So that's the reason that they have mining contracts available, because they are actually selling they have the mining equipment from their parent company, so they are able to continue to supply different cloud mining services because they have equipment available. A lot of the other companies aren't able to get equipment, hence they run out of mining contracts. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Now let's have a look at a little bit about how you can figure out. Let me go into my account actually. So this is Hashflare, so this is the dashboard. Now you can see so far I have purchased 2 terahash. Okay, so I've got 2 terahash. Now that 2 terahash before any of the fees is giving me $4 a day and about 1,459 a year. So it's cost me 440 US. And you're getting 0.02 Bitcoin. So that's going to cost you 0.02 Bitcoin. So if I spend 440 US dollars, I'm going to get 1,456 US dollars back after 1 year. Now you don't get your initial investment back, but you do get this paid out to you every day, $4 paid out to you every day. So in my available balance, you can see that I've got available balance here. Now you can choose, if you want to reinvest that available balance, which is something that I'm going to look at right now. So I've got this web sheet or this Excel spreadsheet off a JCrypto. Now, this is showing you, so up the top here, let me just get all the way up to the top, you can put in the amount you want to invest here. You can put in the cost per terahash. So at the moment it's 220 per terahash, and you can put in today's Bitcoin price. And I've just added in that the Bitcoin price is going to increase 2% over the year, and the average Bitcoin difficulty is going to increase by 2% every 14 days. So what you're going to see is, if I go over to the left here, that day one, you're going to get a daily payout of this amount. Okay, so, and then you've got the maintenance fee and you'll be withdrawing this. So this is going to be a little bit different to what it is currently, but it's just going to give you guys an idea of the potential with, I guess, with Hashflare. Okay, now at the end of your 1 year contract, it's 365 days, so you get paid out 7 days a week, and you get 365 days a year, so, which is great. Now at the end of that time, you would have made 3,164. Now the reason that is different than what Hashflare have said on their website is because the Bitcoin difficulty and everything has changed over that time frame. Okay, so this is going to give you a rough idea. It's not going to be exact. But what I really want to show you is up the top here, if you have invested 0.12 or $600, and at the end of the 1 year, you'll have 4,150. Now, if you just buy Bitcoin, the same amount of Bitcoin, and hold Bitcoin in your wallet, you'll have 1,104 if it increases by the 2%. Okay, so that's just something really important to keep in mind. That would be, now, if you reinvest this amount that you have made into here after the first year, oh, and it doesn't want to cooperate for me, but that ends up about $19,000, okay? Oh, I think it's probably because I typed it. Let me put it in this way, 4150. Okay, so you can see here that ends up to $26,000 for your second year. And if you put that in as your third year with Hashflare, you're going to end up with $164,000. Okay, so you can see the power of it. Now, what I wanted to show you is a different strategy, one that I'm going to be using. So basically, I'm going to be reinvesting my daily profit back into Hashflare every day. So there is a little, if you go to Hashflare, oh, not that one. If you go to Hashflare and you see the little reinvest button, if you push reinvest, and you can go reinvest SHA-256 and just click on save, and that will, every day you have your payouts, it will automatically reinvest you back into getting more Hashflare, getting more hash rate, sorry. Now, back to the web sheet. Now, this is an investment strategy with that in mind, okay? So I'm going to invest exactly the same amount, $660, and you can see that you're not going to be withdrawing anything in this column here until day 190. Okay, so you've got to understand this is going to be a little bit more risky because you're re-putting that back in. You're not actually taking anything out for 195 days. Okay, so that's probably a higher risk. And if Bitcoin does drop in that time, then you don't have really any cash at that point. So at day 195, you're going to be pulling out $320. The second day, or day 196, you're going to re-put it back in. The third day, you're going to pull out a little bit more. So that's how, now you can see if you go to day 296, so you're going to put it in for a year exactly as you would before with the other strategy. Let's just go to 295, and you can see here you're pulling out a much larger amount daily. And this is your total daily earnings, the total daily amount that you've pulled out. After those 100 days, you've ended up actually pulling out $27,000 by choosing to reinvest every day for 190 days. So you can see how quickly this strategy will help you grow your Bitcoin and your cash. Now I'll show you what it ends up with. So if you're putting 660 in, at the end of your first year, you'll have 79,093. Now, if we decide to put that back in for your second year and do exactly the same strategy, you're going to have 9,507,000. Now, if you just buy Bitcoin and hold it, it'll end up with $132,000. Okay, so you can see the difference on, I guess, just pulling out your daily amount every day or choosing to reinvest for a period of time. So this is a strategy I'm going to be going with Hashflare. And this may change as I progress, but at the moment, this is what I'm planning to do. And obviously my risk to reward, like if I look at my risk to reward, I'm happy to risk the $660 that I'll choose to put in, which I'll put in a little bit more than that. I will put in more than that. And I'll probably just continue to buy some contracts every couple of weeks. But I'm willing to lose that to gain the added benefit. Okay, so it's really important to look at your risk versus reward. And for me, the risk of getting cloud mining is way less than the reward for doing cloud mining. Okay, now what I'm going to show you now is how you can figure out how profitable your Bitcoin mining is going to be. So what I'm going to do an example on is if we go to here and we go on the purchase button and we purchase 2 terahash, okay, which is going to be 440 US. So I've already got 2 terahash. I've already put in 440. I'm going to put in another 440 today, which is 0.02 Bitcoin. Now, if we go back to, it's called coinwars.com. It's for every terahash, it's 1,000 gigahash. So this is 2,000 gigahash. Now, we don't have any power costs, so you make sure they're 0. You make sure this is 0, and and the fees are well, it's less than 20%, but let's just put in 20% to be safe. This will automatically be populated. This will automatically be populated. Now, Bitcoin to US dollar. Now, I use CoinJar, and I can see here my CoinJar price is about 21,500. So I just put in 21,000 just to be safe, and it's costing me 440 US dollars. And if I click on calculate, now what you need to understand is Bitcoin difficulty does change. Usually it increases every couple of weeks. But the Bitcoin price increases, and usually that offsets the increase in difficulty. So just keep in mind, these are only rough figures, and every 2 weeks this will change. And I'll show you also where to find the difficulty level as well. So you can see here, it's going to take us 78 days to break even. So in 78 days, I will have my 440 US dollars back. Okay, and let's just see what my daily amount is going to be. So daily, I'm going to be getting $563 a day, weekly $39, monthly $168, and annually I'm going to be getting roughly $2,000. Now, let's just say we want to buy, I'm just going to show you the power of mining, okay? Let's say we want to buy 100 terahash, which is going to cost $22,000. So let's go back here, and that's going to be 100,000. And exactly the same, but it's going to cost us 22,000. Yep, perfect. And if we go to calculate. Okay, so you can see it's still going to be the same amount of days to break even. So I would have pulled out my $22,000 in 78 days. And then you can have a look, see here. So every day I'm going to be pulling out $281. So I'm going to be earning $281. And annually I'm going to be, so for my $22,000 investment, I'm going to be pulling out $102,000, which is pretty good. So you can see how profitable Bitcoin mining can be. Now, obviously these are examples because the Bitcoin price does change and also the Bitcoin difficulty does change, but this will give you an estimate on what you're wanting to invest and how profitable it can be. Now, I just thought about it. The other strategy that you can do if you do want to lower your risk, so it's going to take you roughly 78 days to pull out the initial money that you put in. So your first 70 days you can withdraw, and then your second, or the rest of the time, you can actually be putting it back in, like in the other example we showed. So you've initially got your capital back, which lowers your risk, and then anything else is just profit. You're playing with profit. So that's another strategy that you could also use. Now, what I'm going to look at now is the difficulty level for your Bitcoin difficulty level. Okay, so you can see here on the 6th of December that the difficulty level actually went up 18%. Now, 18 to kind of 21 has been the highest that it's gotten to, and it does go down sometimes, so keep that in mind. I think this is quite a big rise, so the next one we might see it actually decrease a little. And also, you can see it on average, it's roughly been around 5-6%. Okay, so that kind of gives you an idea of the difficulty level with Bitcoin. Okay, and there's some graphs up here if you really want to get into it. So the way you would sign up to Hashflare is in the video link, in the link below. There will be a video for you to sign up, or you can go to hashflare.io if you didn't want to sign up under myself. And if you guys, I'm actually going to show you how to do a purchase today. So let's go ahead and do my 2 terahertz purchase. So if I go to proceed, okay. Not sure what happened then, so I'm just going to give it by hash rate. SHA-256. I'm going to do it a little bit of a different way. Purchase 2. Proceed. There we go. Okay, select payment method, and then I'm going to pay with Bitcoin. Okay, I confirm, and then I'm going to go to confirm. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this address. Now try not to get any spaces at the front or the back. Go to my wallet. I'm going to go to pay. I'm going to select my Bitcoin account. I'm going to put in the address over here. I am going to copy the Bitcoin amount here and paste that in here. And I'm going to go to review and confirm. And I just put in here Hashflare, and I'm going to use points on this one, so there's no fee. And then I'm going to push confirm. Okay, so that one's done. So we have just purchased another 2 terahash of Hashflare. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments, or you can pop me through a message on my Facebook page. But that's basically an overview of Hashflare Bitcoin cloud mining service.